Another day, another young woman going to visit her boyfriend and coming back home in a casket. On the 31st of October 2024, a 33-year-old radio presenter by the name of Lillian Acheng Aluko went to visit her boyfriend, George Mwenda, in Kayambu County after a long day of work. It was said they first went to a restaurant, to some sort of bar, to chill, drink, and have a conversation. It's not clear how the conversation went, it's not clear what they talked about, it's not clear what the situation was. But clearly, that meeting in that bar may not have ended very well. Eventually, they left the bar and they went to George's house, where they stayed overnight the next day. The only problem was, only George woke up alive. Lillian was found dead with multiple stab injuries on her body, bruises all over her face, almost as though she had been beaten by more than one person. This was a young lady who had told her parents, who had told her family that she was going to see her boyfriend. And of course, she's 33 years old. She's a radio presenter, she's popular, she's a celebrity of some sort, so who is going to question it? But little did she know that the man she was going to see, the man who is supposed to marry her, was going to kill her. Even as at the time of making this video, his motive is still not clear. It's not clear how long Lillian and George had been dating. It's not stated. But given their age, I'm assuming they've known each other for long. So this is not a 20-year-old girl. This is not a 19-year-old teenager. Lillian is a mature adult, a mature woman. So we would think she knows what she wanted. And we would think George is who she wanted. Now, it was said that on that day that they came back on the 31st, in the night, around 11 p.m., neighbors started hearing screaming coming from George's apartment. This is the time Lillian is already there with George. They were hearing her cry and shout. And the neighbors could tell that a fight was going on. They could tell that, oh, this couple, they are going at it. But as usual, couples fight. It's kind of like a normal thing for a lot of people. So the neighbors did not think too much of it. However, they were concerned, but it soon turned out that while they were like at the door trying to get in to see what was happening, to see if they were fine, to see if they needed some kind of mediation, they started hearing music playing from inside the apartment. Suddenly, the music became loud. And let me tell you, if somebody is screaming in a room and then you start hearing that the music is loud, that means somebody is about to commit murder. Somebody is killing someone. The only time we get to see a situation where the music is unnecessarily loud in a home is either two people are fornicating or somebody is committing a crime. Because why is your music loud at 11 p.m. when everybody is trying to sleep? Especially at the same time when someone is hearing a woman scream and cry for help. I don't know why the neighbors just decide to go to bed. I don't know why they decide to let it go. There's just certain kind of scream. You would hear someone screaming. For me, if I hear exchange of words, you're mad, you're stupid, you're crazy, you know, those back and forth, I can understand this couple are going at it. But if I'm only hearing a woman screaming, if I'm only hearing one person screaming, a child screaming, or somebody, if it's only screaming and all those painful shrieking that I'm hearing, then it's not a fight. It's murder being committed or sexual assault being committed. Just when the concerned neighbor were out the door trying to figure out what was happening, the music came on, then they left and they all went back to their apartment. They slept. By morning, they went to check up on them. That was when Lillian's body was found in the most battered, brutal state you could ever imagine. There were even words that she was stabbed at her back, injuries behind her ears, bruises on her lips. And George himself was nowhere to be found, which means he knew what he had done and had run away. The police were called, her family were called, because she's a radio presenter and I'm sure neighbors know her. And I'm sure even when they went to the bar, she was recognized. I'm assuming it's one of those radios that also have video where you can go online and watch them. And so they are some sort of celebrities locally, for what it's worth. The police came to the scene. They found the knife used to kill her. George became a wanted person. Her family was informed, and it's a terrible news, as you can imagine. This is their daughter, their star, and she was killed, beaten to death by someone she trusted. Eventually, George was found in a different county where he was trying to hide and was brought back and arrested. As at the time of making this video, it is not exactly stated what led him to do what he did. Some sources are claiming that he found out Lillian was being unfaithful. He found out Lillian was cheating. And another source claimed he was under the influence of alcohol and may have been triggered and things got out of hand. We would just go with what we know it to be, because between the two of us, we've seen things like this happen multiple times. As long as her body part was not cut, we know this is not money rituals or a cannibal. As long as we see that, oh, she has been beaten and bruised, we now know that this could be some sort of passion, some sort of situation that has to do with cheating. Either he suspected her of infidelity, which I think is the most likely one, given her status, given how pretty she is, by the way, and given how probably financially well-to-do she might have been. Either that, or she was attempting to end things with him. That could also play a role. Otherwise, I don't know what could have been the case. If it was, let's say, he borrowed money from her and she wants the money back, the family would have known. And he wouldn't have done it in a way where he knows he's in trouble. He would have probably set her up to die somehow, some way, so he can avoid pain. So my guess is this is something that has to do with him suspecting she was cheating. And we know how some of these men take it to the distance, how far they can take this kind of situation. Some men, ego are just bruised. I am of the opinion that as a woman, if you're dating somebody with hot temper, if you're dating somebody with anger issues, avoid them when they're in their lowest, or should I say in their highest. Because I know that them meeting at a bar, the fact that they met at a bar, at a restaurant to talk and have a chat first, would be what led to what happened in the house. He clearly could not beat her there at the bar or react. So he lured her back home, which I'm sure she has come to the house multiple times. So she's probably hoping that whatever the issue might be, it's settled, and then he saw his opportunity and took it. Given she's a young woman, I don't doubt there are other men on her side, because she refers to George as a boyfriend. If a 33-year-old woman is telling her parents, I'm going to see my boyfriend, it puts you at the place. So maybe there is somebody above him and he found out, because if it's just boyfriend, then we know that for Lillian, she might have not been very all that serious, in my opinion, with him. And he probably figured it out and did not take it well. For those saying it might have been alcohol influence, yeah, they went to drink, but alcohol don't just make you beat up somebody for no good reason. It just escalates whatever feelings you have and whatever action you've planned to do. It just gives you that boldness to do it. I don't want it to be like one of those things where he goes to court and argue alcohol. I just hope it doesn't do that, because I don't even know why people get away with it in court. Someone commits murder and then the courts be like, he was high, he was drunk, it's alcohol. Alcohol don't make people aggressive, or does it? I mean, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm an occasional drinker. And whenever I take alcohol, I sleep. I don't know how alcohol can make somebody so strong that they start to beat and kill and stab. Like, if I take alcohol here and I get tipsy or drunk, I pass out. So how come somebody takes alcohol and they are able to stand and fight and stab and kill? I don't know how I guess everybody's body is different, but let's not put it on the alcohol. This man meant to do what he did. He knew what he was doing. He meant to do it. And now he should just be put in jail.